Hi, I'm Hazel, and this is a guide to the Jadefire Masters raid boss in Battle of Dazar'Alor on normal and heroic difficulty. Similar to Champion of Light, the names and models of this duo will vary depending on your faction. The Horde fight Mestrah and Manceroy Flamefist, while Alliance battle Mestrah, Grimfang, and Anathos Firecaller. The fight's the same, so we're just going to call them the Monk and the Mage. They each have their own moves, and then there's also special combos that they whip out at 30, 60, and 100 energy. Let's start by talking about the Monk, which is Mestrah or Mestrah. She needs to have less health than the Mage at all times or else she gets buffed by harmonious spirits. Basically, most people should be on the Monk. You can still multi-dot the Mage and keep them pretty close, but the Monk should always be lower. Now and then, the Monk will teleport away from her tank and start a whirling Jade Storm, which pumps out pretty heavy raid damage. She'll stop that as soon as somebody engages her in melee, so whoever's closest can smack her and then the tank can pick her back up. On Heroic, this is going to be easier said than done as there's a lot more stuff on the ground and she is happy to go whirl away right in the middle of it. She'll also kick her tank into the air for a multi-sided strike. You'll be in a big green pancake with 6 little mouse ear pancakes all around. One at a time, images will spawn in the little pancakes and then charge you. You want to turn your character to face each one, otherwise it's going to wreck you. If you're a stubbornly devoted keyboard turner, you're going to have a bad time. On Heroic and higher, everyone will need to learn this because it'll happen to more than just the tanks in the final phase. After the multi-sided strike, the affected tank gets the tested debuff and will take way more physical damage for the next 40 seconds. That's your cue to tank swap and go hang out with the Mage. On Heroic and higher, the Monk will also spawn Spirits of Shuin to chase down random players. Give the target some space to avoid getting cleaved, keep them healed, and then CC and kill the tiger. Next, let's take a look at the Mage, which will be Anathos Firecaller or Manceroy Flamefist. Instead of hitting their tank directly, they'll spam them with special fireballs. Those stack up the Rising Flames debuff on the tank, which will explode with burnout once you let it drop off. If that stacks up too high, you're going to wipe the raid with the burnout. Reset that with a tank swap, probably around 4 or 5 stacks. Just keep an eye on when the multi-sided strike is coming and make sure that you're not already at 5 when your tank buddy goes up for that. The Mage also likes to blink away, throw up a fire shield, and start casting Pyroblast. Everyone needs to swap onto him to damage through the shield and then kick the pyro before it one-shots somebody. He'll also be putting out Searing Embers debuffs onto people, which the healers want to watch out for. Dispel those because they explode when they expire. Start with whichever ones are about to go first. If you're friends with your team, maybe figure out in voice chat who's got who. If you're super friends with your raid, you might be able to get them to stack for a mass dispel, but you know, they're busy. On Heroic and higher, the Mage also spawns magma traps on the floor. Those seem biased to specifically block off areas that the Monk likes to whirl in. If you step in a trap, it'll kick you up to lethal falling distance, and if that doesn't get you, it debuffs you to take 100% more damage from future magma traps. You want to pop those as needed, carefully using immunities and slow falls in a pinch. And don't pop 2 in a row. On top of all that, this fight also has special combo attacks that happen at certain power thresholds. They seem to gain energy at a flat rate, so these basically happen on a timer. At 30 power, you get living bombs inside of smoke clouds. The bombs need to be killed before they explode, and the smoke clouds that they spawn in break line of sight. You'll need to get inside the cloud in order to hit the bomb, or to heal anyone that's in the cloud. To make it more fun, the bombs also have a rotating laser attack which you need to run in a circle to avoid. Get in, don't get zapped, kill the bomb, and then do the rest of them before they pop. At 60 power, they do a big maze made out of Rings of Peace. If you've never met a Ring of Peace before, I can tell you that they'll kick you back if you try to step in one, and there is no walking over them, so don't try. Everyone gets ported to one side, and you have to make it to the other end of the room where there's a big wall of ice with weak spots that have health bars. Pick and damage down a weak point to break through the ice wall and kick the boss. While that's happening, the Mage is raining down Phoenix Strikes to avoid. On Heroic and higher, only one point of the wall is attackable at first. A 4th orb spawns in the maze that you can pick up and use on a different weak point to activate it if the first one sucks. Finally, at 100 power, both bosses transform. The Mage becomes a Phoenix while the Monk becomes a Serpent. The Phoenix does pulsing raid damage for the rest of the fight and continues to assault the tank with Rising Flames. The Monk Dragon gets Dragon Breath, which is a frontal fire cone. On Heroic and higher, the Dragon Breath leaves fire patches on the ground that'll eat up your floor space if you're too slow. Pop what you have left and finish the fight. And that's Jadefire Masters. You may have noticed that my footage of this encounter was a little limited, so I've made liberal use of illustrations to demonstrate. If you're still confused and want to see the graphics from the PTR, I recommend the Fat Boss video, which I'll link down below. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you out, please consider leaving me a like, check out my channel for more raid guides and other WoW stuff, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!